Hi, my name is Bill McCann. I'm a board member with the Lymphedema Advocacy Group. And like you, I'm super excited that the LTA passed in a landslide vote in the House. And now we're shifting our focus to the Senate, of course. So exciting times. In the announcement that you received, you'll see there's lots of tools and links. There's the Senate Action Alert that you use to work through the process to make your phone call to your senators and log that so that we're aware that you made that call, and that makes you eligible for a garment drawing, which is awesome. And then you'll see a quick video tutorial as well. I'm going to do a sample phone call here in a bit with Becky Sharp, who's another board member, just to show you how simple this is. But I also wanted to run through some of the frequently asked questions or concerns that we receive when it relates to making phone calls to members of Congress. I know when I started in this process, 5 years ago or so, I was very nervous the first time I called a senator's office, and it feels a little daunting. You don't really know what you're signing up for, but it's really simple, not time consuming at all. And I want to run through these frequently asked questions that are, again, in the announcement that you received. And hopefully by the end of this, you'll feel more comfortable yourself. So, first question: how long does it take to complete the task? I mean, the actual phone call probably takes a minute. It might take you a little bit more time to prepare for it and then log it to denote that you've made the phone call. But it's super simple. Not time consuming whatsoever. Who answers the phone when I call a Senate office? Uh, the offices are generally open from about 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern time. Uh, the individuals that answer these types of phone calls are staffers that work the front desk and greet folks. They're receiving phone calls constantly about all sorts of different bills. They're not probably going to be familiar with the Lymphedema Treatment Act, and that's okay. You're just passing along information through them. They're usually very young, very friendly folks. Um, if you don't get a live person on the phone, you might have the opportunity to leave a voicemail, and that's fine. Just stick to the script that's been provided and leave that in a voicemail. No need for them to call back. We're really just wanting them to tally the fact that phone calls are being made and make as much noise as we can to get the bill pushed through. Um, you can choose to make the phone call off hours and leave a voicemail that way. You sometimes will get an office that's not available and they don't give you the ability to leave a voicemail. Uh, on those situations, which should be rare, just call back when you can, and hopefully you can leave that message or talk to someone. Next question, what do I say? I'm not sure what I need to say. Well, we've made this about as easy as possible. You'll see it's scripted. You can stick to that script. Important thing is just to say, your name, that you're a constituent, you're from, your city and state, so that they know you are indeed a constituent, and that you're calling in support of the Lymphedema Treatment Act, Bill number S.1315, which is in the script. Don't worry, you don't have to write that down. Um, Next question: my senator is already a co-sponsor. Do I need to call? We get that question quite a bit, and I understand why someone would think there's no need to call if their member of Congress is already co-sponsoring, but it really is so important that you call because even if someone co-sponsors, that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to vote for the bill when it comes to the floor. So keep that in mind. In fact, in the House vote, there were actually 5 representatives who were co-sponsors, but voted no. So shame on them, but that just underscores the point that we do need to call those even if they're co-sponsors. Next question is: my senator is not a co-sponsor. Do I need to call? Absolutely, yes. It's so important that we call all your senators, whether they're co-sponsor or not. Keep in mind, in the House vote, there were 76 representatives who voted yes, but had not co-sponsored the bill. So just because they're not co-sponsoring doesn't mean that they may not vote for the bill. So keep that in mind. And we're not asking. No, let me scrap that point. I'll move on to the next question. I called my senator earlier this year. Do I need to call again? Yes. Uh, we really would like folks to make a phone call, ideally once a week until this bill is passed. And, the Senate this year is currently scheduled, the last in-day session is scheduled for December 16th. So once a week up until December 16th, or whenever this bill gets passed by the Senate, whichever comes first, would be greatly appreciated. Next question, why can't I just send an email? There are a lot of different reasons for that, but the most important is that phone calls carry a lot more weight than an email. We had an office tell us one time that 100 emails is equivalent to the significance of them receiving just one phone call. So phone calls really carry a lot of weight. Next question, what if the staff were answering the phone, asked me a question that I don't know how to answer? First of all, that's very rare because, again, these folks are fielding a lot of phone calls. They're really just wanting to get uh, your basic information, your name, your location, and the bill that you're supporting, and it'll be left at that. You'll get sometimes folks that are just curious about, what is lymphedema? Um, those types of questions you can certainly answer if you're comfortable with. But if you do happen to get a question that you're not comfortable answering, just let them know. You'll get back to them, and you can reach out to your team leader, Heather Ferguson, myself, whomever, and we'll get an answer for that individual. It'd be helpful if you get their email address so that we can respond to them appropriately. But that's rare to get a question that you're not going to know the answer to. So that's basically it as far as the tips. Hopefully you feel comfortable about it. Um, you know, Again, I had a lot of those questions and concerns myself when I was making my first phone call, but it really is so simple. The people are so friendly. And, if you have a passion for getting this bill across the goal line, these phone calls are just critical. And so thank you so much for taking the time. I think what I'll do now is I'm going to call Becky Sharp, who is a board member with me. And she's going to pretend that she's a staffer fielding a call. And this really is how easy this process is. So let me give her a call here. Hopefully you guys can hear this.
Senator Blunt's office, how may I help you?
Hi, my name is Bill McCann, and I'm a constituent from Kansas City, Missouri. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. How are you?
Great. The reason I'm calling is to ask the Senate to please pass the Lymphedema Treatment Act, Bill number S1315. This bill was recently passed in the House with over 400 votes, and it has 74 co-sponsors in the Senate. The issue is important to me because I am a lymphedema patient due to fighting cancer, and I know firsthand the challenges of managing lymphedema. So, could you pass along that information?
Yes, the Lymphedema Treatment Act S1315.
You
I'll
got
be
it.
happy to pass that. I'll be happy to pass that on. May
Thank
I
you.
help you with anything else today?
That's it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Okay, thank you and have a good day.
You too. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
It's literally that simple. So, hopefully video is of help to you. You can feel comfortable. And I know all of you have a passion for getting this bill passed as much as we do. And if you can just take, 2 to 5 minutes of your time once a week up until December 16th or until this bill is passed, we would really appreciate if you could reach out to your 2 senators again weekly. So thanks, and let's get this bad boy passed. All right, have a great day. Thank you.